everyone, this is HGJ Halloween. I know it's been a while, but there is a ton of new news in the Haunters community that I'm sure you guys already know about. I'm a little bit late to it. But the Limb Ripper Werewolf from 2012 is being remastered and returning to Spirit Halloween for the 2017 season. And this was a really unexpected returning prop. I mean, everyone was expecting the Sitting Scarecrow, maybe the Cerberus again, Little Skelly Bones, some of the really popular props from last season. But one from 2012, this came totally out of the blue. And guys, I am not going to lie, I am super excited to see this prop returning because back in 2012, I only had 2 props. I was 10 years old and I had Demonica and Zombie Swing Girl. So I wasn't going out and buying a ton of props from each season, and I didn't get a chance to purchase any of the werewolf props. But this year, I didn't know what I was going to replace the bedroom display with because although I am doing an indoor haunted house area, I still wanted to do the outdoor part, but none of those props are going to be available because they're going to be inside. So I didn't know what I was going to replace it with. So if Spirit Halloween does go down the route of doing some forest or maybe another barnyard type theme, pumpkin patch, something like that, and has more of these wolf props, maybe even brings back a couple other ones or design a few new ones, I would be open to buying the Limb Ripper and another wolf prop and then setting them up inside the outside display and maybe putting like a hay bale in between them and a pumpkin. And this outdoor display would be a little bit more family friendly, and some of you might not think that this is family friendly because this werewolf prop is a little bit scary, but trust me, it's not going to be as scary as the indoor display is going to be, and I'm not trying to make it as scary as last year. And I should have said this before I started talking about it, but I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. I know that this video was released like 14, maybe 15 hours now ago, yesterday, and pretty much all of the YouTubers already have talked about it last night, but I've been sick for a little while and I wasn't really in the mood to make a video. I kind of just wanted to go to sleep, and I knew that the video wouldn't have been as good if I just tried to rush it in last night. But now I guess I'm going to actually show you guys the video that Spirit Halloween released last night so you guys can go ahead and see what I'm talking about. You probably already have, but I'm just going to go ahead and put it in anyways. So as far as I can tell, the audio is pretty much exactly the same and mostly everything looks almost identical to the last one. However, I have heard, and don't take my word on this, but I think it's gotten a little bit taller and a little bit less heavy. And it is also sold for the same price of $199.99, which is a little bit pricey, but it seems like a good price for this animatronic because it has a lot of animation and it is really, really big. But there's one thing that I'm not sure of, and go ahead and let me know if you know this, but does it include the actual limb that comes with it, like the leg or the arm or whatever is supposed to come with it? I'm not sure because in the actual picture of the new Limb Ripper on the website, there is not a limb in its hand, and when you look in the include section, it says Limb Ripper animatronic, instruction manual, and an adapter. So it doesn't really actually say, like, is the limb itself included in the animatronic when it says that, or is it just not there and they want you to go buy a separate limb? So that would be one thing that's a little bit of a ripoff, but in general, the price seems pretty fair. And it says right here that a severed latex leg is about $15, $14.99, but so if it does not include the limb, then you would actually be paying $215. But I'm really not sure because I did not purchase this prop, like I said, in 2012, so I don't know what's inside the box. Please let me know before I purchase it. And I just now remembered that wasn't there some sort of werewolf, I think it was called Howling Werewolf, that was in the clock tower display last year? That was a terrible seller, so they're really taking a risk here with going back to the werewolf route. And once again, we're not sure yet if they're going to make new werewolves, if it's going to be an entire portion of a display, or if this is just one werewolf prop that they're bringing back. But personally, to me, this werewolf looks a lot better than the Howling Werewolf. The Howling Werewolf was really faulty. It looked like a giant rat, and it was just a really, really stupid prop. It was basically straight out of like the Chuck E. Cheese band animatronics. And so let's go back to comparing the newer werewolf to the older one. And the first thing that I'm obviously going to talk about is the faces themselves. So at first glance, they are pretty much exactly the same. I'm not going to lie. So the 2017 one is on the left and the 2012 one is on the right. And I think that the newer one has a little bit longer, even more whiter fur. And one thing that a lot of people have touched on as the only really noticeable difference is that there's a lot more blood stains and there's sort of a layered color in the blood. There's not just all this dark blood stain. There's like a little bit of light, a little bit of dark, and it does make it look a little bit more realistic. It was a good change. And I may just be looking at the picture too hard, it might be the lighting, but to me it seems like the face just has a little bit more detail, the teeth look a little bit more pronounced, and to me it just looks a little bit better this year. But the audio and the animation themselves have remained the same. I've watched both videos of the 2012 version and the 2017 version, so if you already have the 2012 version, it really would be a waste of money to get the new one. But for those of us like me who never got a chance to get it, either because we just weren't doing it back in 2012 or weren't as big yet, it's definitely a great chance to get him now. I'm super excited that they're having this prop return. And so guys, he is really high on my list for the props that I'm planning on purchasing this season. Of course, we don't know what all of them are yet, but if there are more werewolves that come out, I will most likely be buying this prop because I just really needed something to replace the bedroom from last season because all of those props are going to be inside in the haunted house. So I needed this first sneak peek to figure out what route I was going to take with the new display outside. So I could definitely see if another werewolf comes out, putting the Limb Ripper and the other werewolf on each side and then putting hay bales in between, making it like a log cabin, forest type display. So let me know in the comments if you guys want to see me buy the Limb Ripper and do the setup, the demo, you know the drill at this point. And then also let me know if you think this outdoor forest display is a good idea to replace the bedroom. So that about sums up this video. It's been a little bit of a run-on, a lot longer than I expected it to be, but please, please, please don't forget to subscribe, and you know what? Turn on my notifications, because we are getting so close to the actual Spirit Halloween sneak peeks of the new props for 2017. And I'm just super excited for those. I mean, I have no idea what Spirit Halloween has up their sleeve for this year. So, you know, I will be back, guys, as soon as the next sneak peek is out. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.